I've been posting a lot of videos relating to projects, IT designs, and I'm sure most of you have been wondering, but what exactly is your background in? One can't necessarily do everything, and I understand that perfectly well. I haven't done a video as yet talking about myself, really just talking about my background, my life exposure. So in this video, I want you guys to get to know me a little bit better, and especially now that it is 2022, really just to get to know me, what I'm about, and when I'm speaking about certain topics, I want you guys to understand from which angle I'm coming from. Hello onliners, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Julia Nelao, and in this video I want you guys to get to know me a little bit better. Now on my channel I talk about a combination of topics. I talk about topics that I'm comfortable talking to you guys about. I don't necessarily want to kind of restrict myself to a specific niche. I believe life is about learning. I believe life is about exploring. I believe life is about creativity, innovation. I believe in just learning every day and talking to you guys about whatever is trending at that point in time. Now, in this video, I want you guys to understand me from a career perspective, from a business perspective, what I stand for, what I've been exposed to. I'm going to be answering about 10 questions for you guys. And hopefully me answering those questions should highlight my background, my life exposures, my business ventures, and really just my academic background in a nutshell. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, please leave them in the chat below. Please make sure you watch the full video up to the end. Me highlighting the following questions, I'm so sure it will help you guys, or some of you guys, really figure out what you want to focus on in terms of your career, in terms of your business, and in terms of education as well. I'm gonna start off with the first question. So the first question is, what did I study? I studied IT, I studied systems administration and networks. For my bachelor's, I studied here in Namibia, and I then moved on to certifications depending on the type of job that I was doing at that point in time. So I went on to do certifications in Linux, certifications in databases, in SQL, certifications in business analysis. And for my postgraduates, I completed it with Stellenbosch in project management. And in addition to my postgraduates, I then completed other certifications in project management as well. In summary, my qualifications are really in IT, business analysis, and project management. So you will notice that my focus will be based on those three topics, but you will also notice that I will, divert to other topics like affiliate marketing, video editing, YouTube, just everything that is happening online, because they are self-taught skills that I picked up, especially the past 3 years. So the second question is, what has been my working experience? So I started off with a very small firm called 3R Trading. It was a software development firm, and I think when we started off we were about 15 software developers. I must say this is the company that really gave me the platform or the opportunity for my next challenge. So I started working for this company, I think when I was in my 3rd year. I had 2 roles, which was for me very odd. So I was a software developer and I was a Linux administrator at the same time. Now, the reason for that was because I was a fan of HTML. I was a fan of databases. I was not too much of a fan of PHP and the whole, software cycle altogether. So in addition to that, I then also helped out with the system side, and our servers at that point in time were based on Linux. To be honest, it's something that I just grew fond of, and I think it gave me the platform to really choose between software and Linux, and especially for my next role. And that is the reason why for my second role, I then became a LIMS specialist. A LIMS specialist is a laboratory information management system with a company called Bureau Veritas that was in the certification sector or in the analysis sector, outsourcing services to the mining sector. For me, I must say that that was the best of my career working as a LIMS administrator. Now, that specific role was entirely Linux, from your lab equipments to your weighing stations to your labels. Everything that was literally used in the labs were based on Linux. I did that for about 5 years. Now, while I was a Linux administrator, I was thinking to myself, okay, that role was really technical. That specific role was technical. It involved just setting up, systems, configuring systems, training. It involves moving from one city to another, really just setting up and configuring Linux servers and Linux equipments. For me, I was thinking to myself, okay, but what would be next for me then? I always give myself a timeline of about 3 to 5 years, and I was thinking to myself, okay, after all this fixing, I kind of need to prepare myself for my next role. What do I want to be? So then I started researching around strategy. I wanted to go into IT auditing, started thinking around IT strategy and project management. So then I chose project management, and really I started, just aligning myself to projects. So then I took up certifications, and that is when I moved from mining to the banking sector. Now, I found it quite difficult to kind of switch or make the switch between the mining sector and the banking sector. So I moved to the banking sector as a junior business analyst, and then moved on to a senior business analyst. And within 5 years, I then became a project manager. So that has been my career experience. So in summary, I started off very technical in IT. I started off as a Linux administrator, started off as a software developer, and I am quite excited to have been exposed to both systems and software. And then I moved on to, business analysis and projects is what I'm doing at the moment. That is from a career perspective. What did you love the most working in IT? Guys, I cannot trade IT for any other course. I believe IT is the course that gives us so many opportunities, and I believe the opportunities that I've had in life was because of the choice of, career, or the choice of course that I've chosen. And I really could not or can't think of having chosen something else. And especially in terms of software development, there are just so many opportunities. Software development allows you to be innovative. It allows you to think out of the box. It allows you to really just solve problems and create problems as well as you solve them. So for me, to be honest, being a software developer, especially within the IT space, gives you so many options to create, to come up with new things, to create problems, even problems in your own setup where you are coming from. You can literally see a problem and just try to solve it using a specific software. How long have you been working? So I've been working for 13 years. That's how long I've been working, and I've been working since I was in my 3rd year of my bachelor up to date. Business analysis or project management. Now, to be honest, business analysis for me is about documenting the forever changing needs of organizations, talking to your business units and translating whatever their problems are in a language that developers understand. So for me, a business analyst is really just a middleman between your business entities and your development teams, really just documenting requirements into a document called your business requirement specifications, and making sure that all the stakeholders that are within a project are all on the same page of what needs to be delivered or what the ask is from business. Now, business analysis for me allows you to just understand business much better. It allows you to get deeper insights about the business and about the departments within your organization. It allows you to talk and really get useful information about a certain topic on a project. And for me, really, business analysis is the starting point of your project management journey. Now, on the other hand, project management for me is about leadership. Project management is about communicating. It's about escalating issues. It's about delivering activities within time, scope, and within cost. one thing that I need to highlight is that project managers would normally start off as a business analyst. I think to answer the question, I would definitely choose project management because I feel I have much more control of the activities. But again, I want to highlight the fact that for you to become an effective project manager, I think having business analysis skills just give you the platform to be more ahead of your game. What are your side hustles? Guys, there are so many things that I've tried, and I'm not gonna dwell into things that I've tried and things that have not worked. I've tried so many things, fashion, whatsoever. There are so many things that I've tried, but my focus for the past 3 years has really been around affiliate marketing and blogging. So I go on the internet and I find websites and I find products that I believe in that I can promote, and then promote those products for a commission. And I normally set up blogs and make sure that I optimize SOE, make sure that those blogs are ranked high and people can access those blogs. So I've created about 50 plus blogs, to be honest, up to date in the past 3 years. And it's just something that has been working for me now. I know most of you would probably not know what I'm talking about. I'm going to do a full video on affiliate marketing. I feel it's an area that is still young and a lot of people don't still know about it. That has been my focus in terms of side hustles, at least the past 3 years. Now, my second best side hustle is my IT company. I started it around 2016 and I recently renamed it to Online Creatives. Now, the reason why I renamed it to Online Creatives is because I believe in the world of innovation, and I believe that creativity is online. Guys, I believe that we don't need to be restricted to a specific location or a specific area before we can actually deliver services to our clients. We can literally be anywhere in the world and still be able to function optimally the same way we can function when we are in offices. Online Creative really focuses on the online services, but we focus on software development services. We focus on software development, website development, graphics design, intranets, hosting, email hosting, and really all the other services within the software development space. Now, Online Creatives has been growing, and like I said, it started in 2016. We have a client portfolio of about 20 plus clients up to date. So I have a team of software developers and a team of website developers and graphics designers, and I have about one creative writer on my team that I'm currently trying to hire to be part of my team, because I feel there's a lack in terms of creativity, and especially in terms of our website content. I feel there's a gap that we need to close. Question number 7, what do you do in your spare time? Now, because I've had a chance to travel so much when I was in my 20s, I find that in my 30s I'm a bit calm in terms of just moving around and going places. My spare time, to be honest, I'm a workaholic, so most of my time I spend working. I don't really have free time. But what I think I like the most about my spare time is just the ability to mingle with those I love, especially my mom, my sisters, my family in general. Just, listening to all the juices from home. Really, that's just what I do in my spare time. I'm a workaholic, so I spend a lot of time working, but I also spend a lot of time with those that I love. And my circle is quite small, especially in terms of my friendship zone. In terms of my business networks, I try to keep it very big. One thing that I'm fond of these days is I want my phone to be ringing because it's a business associate or it's something that has to do with selling. Question number 8, what are your other skills? Now, guys, I know you won't believe this one, but one of my best skills that I have is hairdressing. I know you guys won't believe it, but I'm sure those that have been to school with me will tell you it's actually true. Now, for me, hairdressing really is just something that comes natural. It just comes natural. And I know when I was, I think, in grade 12, a lot of people just used to queue up. And I think I just stopped doing it when I came to varsity because IT took up so much time. But if I did not make it to varsity, it was definitely something that I was going to be doing. The other skill that I developed recently is your video editing. Now guys, video editing has been the most hectic skill to learn. You have no idea. You would literally spend about 10 minutes shooting a video, and you will notice that you spend a whole day just trying to edit, remove, edit, remove, edit. So really a good skill to have. If you can go out there and learn a few tricks about video editing, I would definitely suggest you do that. Another skill that I developed lately is content creation. Now, content creation, guys, there's just something about content creation, especially when you have to shoot your video and you have to speak to people. You literally feel that there's an audience in front of you. What I mean is you are literally in your shooting room, and you know that the only thing that is in front of you is your camera, but you get so nervous. It feels like you are literally speaking to people that are there and they are watching what you are telling them about. It's just something. It's just there, and I'm so sure most of you that have been doing content, you will agree with me that there's just this nervousness that comes with content creation. But I think it's a skill that I mastered lately. If you look at my video that I'm creating now, and you look at my video that I created, the first video that I created last year, you will know the difference, and you will know exactly what I'm talking about. There's just this confidence that comes with time. It's a skill that you learn as you create content, as you become good at content creating. Another skill that I really am good at is your blogging. I create a lot of blogs like on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. It's just something that I do best lately, and I mastered that, I think, in the past 3 years. It's just something that I do very quick. I can literally create a blog in one day. It's just a skill that I have as well. Another skill that I have is entrepreneurial skills. I feel like I'm just a very good business person, but maybe some of my weaknesses is I get bored easily. So I need things to move, and things need to move at my pace. If they don't, I just drop it. Something that I really had to work on very hard, at least in the past 3 years, because to be honest, it doesn't work for business. For business, you need to be patient, you need to be consistent, and you need to give things time to kind of play out the way they need to play out. The last skill that I really have that also comes natural for me is problem solving, and my friends tell me about it. I just love problems. I love problems, and I love creating solutions to problems that are not even my problems. So I feel it's a very good skill to have, especially just in life in general. You know, when you go to your family members, they should look up to you like you are the one that is coming to solve their problems. Just a skill that I have that comes natural for me as well. How do you keep balance between school, work and career? Guys, to be honest with you guys, I cannot keep a balance between the three. I have to either do one or two, but I cannot do all three at the same time. It's just something that I just can't. I tried doing it before, and then I completely lost it. I am just not able to multitask on that level. So when you see I am focusing on business, definitely school should be suffering on the other end. And it's just something that I learned. So if I go back to school, I need to be lighter on myself when it comes to business. And I don't think it's a very good thing to multitask like that. And I think at some point in time, you kind of need to find your ground to say where exactly it is that you want to focus on. And I think in the last 3 years, I really got kind of a foundation for myself on what it is that I'm passionate about, things that I want to focus on, and what things that I needed to drop. But it requires a lot of work. It requires a lot of self-assessment, and it requires a lot of honesty, especially with yourself. So to answer the question, I kind of need to figure out what I need to focus on for that year, and I'm gonna give it my best. If I focus on all three, I'm gonna give each one 50%, and I never wanna do that. So I never try to do three. I always try to, especially the past 3 years, try to see what my focus will be on. So the last question is, what's gonna be next for me, guys? I think I'm just gonna keep an open mind. For me, whatever is happening at that specific point in time that excites me, that's exactly what I'm gonna put my hands on. I think that's just how it's gonna be. I have always been that person. I think I like moving as the time goes, and really just get excited about new things and how things are changing. So I'm not gonna restrict myself to say, now this is what I'm going to be doing and this is what I'm going to be focusing on. No, I am definitely going to be rolling with the ball, and for me, that's what's next for me. One thing for sure, I'm gonna be here on the online markets, just checking what's moving and what's not moving, what's trending and what's not trending. In terms of education, I'm still thinking what will be next for me, but it needs to happen this year still. So I'm looking at an MBA, or I'm gonna look at something out of my comfort zone. Something like your master's in data science, something that I haven't really done in a while, you know. But then Those are the choices that I really need to think about, especially for this year. I just know it needs to happen later this year. So really, in terms of education, I'm still thinking about where I want to go. Those were the 10 questions. Now in this video, I tried to highlight my business ventures, my career aspirations, and my educational background. Really, I hope I've given you guys some highlight about myself and what I stand for. I tried to focus on those 3 areas because I feel my YouTube channel is really about knowledge, it's about education, it's about teaching, and it's about learning. So I haven't really tried to focus on my personal life because I feel my YouTube channel is not really about that. So thank you again for watching, and let me take this opportunity to say Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and welcome to 2022. It's gonna be an exciting space. There is so much that I'm going to be talking to you guys about. I just wanted us to kind of get to know each other first on a deeper level, especially on a career level, on a business level, so that when I have conversation to you guys around certain topics, you guys understand exactly where I am coming from. So that was the end of my video. If you are new to my channel, please make sure that you subscribe, you like, and you share some love. And I'm so sure some of you guys are already making decisions around your career, which direction you want to take based on this specific video. So if I've added any value to your life, I've added any value to how you do things, please do share some love, subscribe, like, follow, and I see you again next time. Ciao.